So I've given myself permission to accept, acknowledge, and admit out loud that my parents do not care about me. And my mother in particular is treacherous and jealous and resentful and probably would not be sad to see me fail. I would even go as so far as to say she might hate me a little bit because she wants to be me. And ever since I've given myself permission to accept, admit, and acknowledge these things, I feel so relieved. I feel so liberated. I do. I am like, oh my God, what a weight off of my shoulders to not have to pretend that these people love me and that I feel obligated to participate in their lives because they love me. Right? And I realize that most of the pain and the rage that I have carried over the course of my life has not been due to the reality of my relationships with them. It's been due to the fact that I've been expected to deny it. And I've been expected to ignore the very real harmful things that they have said and done that have deeply impacted my self-esteem and my ability to function in relationships because they are not allowed to feel bad, right? Like there's been no apology or like acknowledgement on their end, right? Like they would just rather I didn't talk about it because they're not allowed to feel bad and I am allowed to feel bad as long as I keep it to myself and I don't tell anybody about it. And what's interesting is as I say this out loud, there is a part of me, right, that's like, you're being unfair, you're being ungrateful, you're being a spoiled brat. Their words, not mine. Their voices, not mine. But then I realized that I care infinitely more about being unfair to them than they ever have about being unfair to me. And if I were to tell you about some things that transpired between me and my parents, me and my mother in particular, and I were to tell you that it was not my parents that did these things, but just friends, you would be like, why do you hang out with these jackals? Why are these people still in your life? Do you hate yourself? And frankly, it's so nice to take them off the pedestal that I had them on and just be like, these people suck and I don't owe them anything. I don't owe them anything because they did the bare minimum not to get CPS called on them. Like, these people have deeply impacted my self-esteem and my self-worth and my ability to function in relationships, and I'm not the only one. And at this point in my life, I've realized that having a relationship with them is a form of self-abandonment. And it's amazing how docile I was trying to keep them in my life because I had to participate in so much self-abandonment. And now that I don't have to do that anymore and I don't feel obligated, I feel amazing. I feel like the whole world just opened up for me. Like, this is the first day of the rest of my life. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, all this to say, I recommend breaking up with your parents and seeing what happens.